Well, this weekend, the Brookland Foundation is hosting the 4th annual Elliott Franks III Golf Classic. The weekend is aimed at honoring the legacy of an African-American in the Palmetto State who defied many odds. Joining me now to talk about the Golf Classic is his widow, Angela Franks, as well as the co-chair of the Golf Classic, Mike Kelly. Good morning. Thank you all so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us here.
And who better to talk to us about Mr. Franks than his wife?
You're absolutely right. I probably say, other than his mother, I was probably his biggest fan.
Talk to us about Mr. Franks, for those of us who don't know who your husband was.
Elliott Franks III was the first managing partner of the first black-owned radio station in the state of South Carolina, WOIC, doing business as Nuance Corporation. After leaving the Urban League as the second executive director, and he left it with a budget in 1964 of $3 million. It was
in 1960?
A pilot program. That's right. They were one of 3 pilot programs in the nation. In addition to that, he was one of 3 African Americans in the nation who headed up an economic development organization, state-funded economic development governmental entity.
Wow, that is massive. Talk to us about who came up with the idea to have this Golf Classic weekend, 4th annual.
Actually, in May of 2008, after retiring and tarrying, I knew that he was not going to retire. So as he had served diligently and worked very hard as vice chair of the Brookland Foundation. So in May of 2008, he was appointed executive director of the Brookland Foundation. Unfortunately, he died in October 2008. So in 2009, the Brookland Foundation decided to rename its golf tournament in his honor. And so that's why we're here.
That is awesome. Mr. Kelly, you are the co-chair of the golf tournament. What can we expect? What can we expect this weekend?
Well, Angela would say it was all about the party, and I'd say it was all about the golf. But we have an event on Friday night at the Aiken home in Elma Bode. We have a pre-party. It's called, what's it called, Angela?
It's a pre-golf party and silent auction.
Denim and Pearls.
That's
yes.
right.
Denim and Pearls. Wow, okay.
After the pre-party and the silent auction, we're going to have a party, and we're going to have a band. Terrence Young will perform.
Terrence, enough said.
Enough
said.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great night. We have room for more people to come. It's 30 a person to 50 a couple. Is that right?
Right. 55 a couple.
55 a couple.
And we understand the money's going to be going towards some good endeavors.
Yes, yes. The Brookland Foundation is the charitable arm of the Brookland Baptist Church.
Okay.
And it has millions of dollars available for grants, scholarships, and initiatives in the community, all over, but primarily in the Brookland community. Then on Saturday morning, we'll have a registration at 8, shotguns start at 9 at LinRick Golf Course. LinRick, by the way, is pretty much like Elliott Franks. He was #1, he was the first in many things, and the LinRick Golf Course catered to African Americans when nobody else would let them play golf.
Wow.
Back before you were born, but when Angela and I were alive.
Gotcha. And Ms. Franks, for the final thought here, how can someone get involved? The viewers that are watching at home are saying, I want to do this. What should they do?
Well, first, they should call the Brookland Foundation, or actually they can call my office, and that's 803-7. The Brookland Foundation's office is 803-744-7916, and my office is 803-252-8251. Or we have a person who's involved in charge of the party, and that's Tia Rutherford. So her number is 803-730-1230. And I want to say one more thing. The Brookland Foundation, Elliott E. Franks III, and Charles B. Jackson Sr. represent our state's and our community's ability to reach out to everyone. The Brookland Foundation doesn't just serve members of the Brookland Church. We serve all members of the public.
Wow.
So it's a warm, it's an outreach we open our arms to everyone in need.
Awesome. Ms. Franks, thank you so much for being here. Mr. Kelly, thank you so much for waking up early to be with us for a great, definitely an event that will be taking place Friday as well as Saturday.